Hello everyone, welcome back again in this video with me, Azifah Hafizha Husnullah. So in this video, I will retelling the novel, and the novel title is Stranger in the Mirror by Sidney Sheldon. Okay, so the first thing that I want to tell you guys is this novel have two main characters, Toby Temple and Jill Castle. Alright, so I will start this story is from Toby Temple. So, Toby Temple lived in Detroit during his childhood. He lived full of difficulty because his life was poor. He was raised by his mother named Freda, who was very dominant. It means his mother Freda was the controlling of Toby as a child. Even his mother insisted to Toby that when he grew up, he had to become a big star in Hollywood. Then, when Toby was a teenager, he got involved with a girl named Ellen, where Ellen became pregnant with a Toby's child, and the girl family had Toby accountable. But Toby's mother didn't want her son to marry Ellen and take a responsibility. So, Freda sent Toby to New York to achieve his dream of becoming a big star in Hollywood. And in New York, Toby started looking for an agency that would accept him by showing his talent as a comedian. But he failed time and time again. No agency would accept him, but he didn't give up. So he still kept looking until finally a highly respected film producer named Sam Winters was interested in signing him. Then Sam sent Clifton Lawrence to work with Toby Temple as his manager. After that, Toby's career skyrocketed. He was increasingly recognized by people and had become a big star in Hollywood. And then, later, Toby married a woman named Millie. But the marriage was only a momentary attraction because actually Toby didn't like his wife Millie, but Millie actually liked Toby and respected Toby as a husband. But because Toby didn't like his wife Millie, so they both ended their marriage. So they are divorced. And then during Toby's time as a big star in Hollywood, Toby attitude changed greatly. He became a very arrogant and arbitrary towards people under him. Even he always seduced women with his fame, and he turned into a manipulative man. Alright, so we move on to the story of Jill Castle. Actually, Jill, when she was a child, her name was Josephine Sinsky. She lived a simple life with her mother. When she was little, she was abused by people who underestimated her. And because of that incident, she was still traumatized until she grew up. Josephine had dreams of becoming a star in Hollywood. Then, because she wanted to become a star, she changed her name into Jill Castle as a new leaf. So, Jill also struggled to become a big star by playing small roles, until finally, slowly, she began to be recognized and became a top actress in Hollywood. And then, this moment is come. Well, Toby Temple and Jill Castle are in their time of fame. Maybe fate brought them together. Toby was attracted to Jill, and Toby felt that Jill was different from other women, which made him like and attracted to Jill. So they got married. As time goes by, Toby and Jill married life is still fine, but Jill has full control of Toby's schedule. Instead, she turned into Toby manager. And what about Clifton? So, Clifton is no longer being a Toby's manager because Jill asked Toby that Clifton not be hired anymore. So, because Toby loved Jill so much, Toby followed her request, and Jill did that because she was power hungry, and then she wanted everything Toby had to belong to her. So she wanted to be Toby's manager and controlling that the Toby's work. But on the other hand, Toby Temple began to show signs of declining health. His physical condition deteriorated, and Toby was diagnosed with stroke and paralyzed. Jill initially still accepted Toby's illness. She was still trying to be a good wife in order to look good to the media and others. But it didn't last long. A man named David, who was her first love, appeared. Even David admitted that he still liked Jill until now. And hearing that makes Jill continue to meet with David often as an outlet for her tiredness after taking care of her husband Toby. And the dreaded thing happened. One day, when Jill saw that there was no nurse looking after Toby, Jill took Toby from his room to the swimming pool. And then Jill pushed the wheelchair into the pool. This is crazy. And at first, Toby kept holding it with all his might, but because he was catching and couldn't do anything, so the wheelchair finally fell into the pool. And then the wheelchair and Toby floated in the pool, and Toby died because of that incident. And then Jill cunningly called the police and reported that the whole incident was an accident. And Jill was later acquitted of her innocence because the police believed her statement. And after the incident, Jill started a relationship with David, and the two of them even planned a wedding. They both went to Paris for their honeymoon. All was well at first, but until Clifton showed up and meet David, and Clifton secretly followed Jill and David, because Clifton knew that the cause of Toby's death was because he was killed by Jill, and because he had a grudge with Jill, Clifton planned something. He followed Jill and David, then he meets with David. Clifton showed an old video of Jill having sex, and it turns out that there is David's sister named Beth, who turns out to be in the video being stripped naked. And from this incident, David was angry and immediately left Jill. And Clifton's plan was successful. Jill then left sad and didn't know what to do. She went to dinner on a ship that should have been visited with David. But Jill just sat alone in the cabin with a dark atmosphere. At 2 a.m., Jill looked at the sea, water, and she saw something floating, which turned out to be a Toby in her shadow. And then Jill heard Toby whisper, "You'll be here with me forever. Come, Jill." And after hearing that, Jill closed her eyes deeply, and when she opened her eyes, she still saw Toby smiling and calling Jill. She tried to explain to Toby that she had to live quietly, but without Jill realizing she was plunging into the sea water. So Jill felt Toby approaching her body and hugging her tightly, and they were together forever. And Jill died by suicide because of that incident. and that's the ending of this novel. Alright guys, so there are the novel A Stranger in the Mirror by Sidney Sheldon. Yeah, so I think that's all guys from me. I hope you guys get the point, get the story clearly, and I hope you guys reading this book too, because this book is very good guys. So yeah, I think that's all from me. Thank you guys for watching.